Hey guys, so this is gonna be my episode 6 breakdown. I'm sure you all must have enjoyed it, and if you haven't seen it yet, so just be careful for spoilers. Amazing reveals and a couple of big changes from the books. We got some flashbacks that were not only of the time period shown in the show, but events preceding that as well. So I'm gonna post the top holy shit moments from the episode like last time. Number 1, the Mad King flashback. We see the Mad King trying to burn King's Landing during Robert Baratheon's rebellion, Jaime killing the Mad King and thus earning the Kingslayer title. Like Jaime admitted in the books, he helped Robert and Ned gain access to King's Landing so as to avert a mass genocide since the Mad King had planned to burn the entire city to stop it from getting seized by the Baratheons. That is when Jaime stabbed him and saved the lives of millions. Another vision is a dragon hovering over King's Landing. This one especially I feel is more of a foreshadowing of the future than a flashback of the past. It's more like what Daenerys will bring along when she sails for Westeros. Number 2. Arya can't do the deed. She does undertake the mission to kill Lady Crane, aka the lady playing Cersei's part in the play, but ends up sympathizing with her after that emotional piece of acting in the play. So it's gonna be intriguing what the wave does to her after she falls short on her promise. And I think we all got an indication of that after we see Arya taking out her sword needle from beneath the rocks she hid it under. The biggest surprise of the episode was Tommen accepting the fate to help Marjorie, which is the number 3 holy shit moment. The High Sparrow has twisted Tommen into believing that partnering with the Faith is the only way to save Marjorie. And now he has a new Kingsguard who are called the Warrior Sons. The Warrior Sons are sort of a higher order among the Faith militant. The Warrior Sons belong to various noble families of Westeros, although you can see in the episode that their sigil on their breastplate is that of the 7-pointed star. An important point is that these guys are fiercely loyal to the Faith, and that means Cersei is gonna have a hard time trying to influence them or buying them off with all the gold that she has. You can see how Marjorie is playing this farce of a newly turned devotee of the Faith by the way she chuckles when Jaime warns the Sparrow about making her do the Walk of Atonement. She won't be actually smirking or behaving like that if she had actually started believing in the Faith's ideology. It's all a drama to get Loras out of confinement. Sadly though, Tommen is turning out quite the empty vessel you can pour anything into. All that shows how weak-willed a person he is. Number 4. Jaime finally gets to his book storyline after his track was waywardly shifted to Dawn, which honestly was quite boring. His being sent to Riverrun after being sacked from the Kingsguard probably explains why we see him in Lannister armor amidst the sigils of Riverrun in the trailer for the season. What's different here from the books is that at this point in time he has completely disassociated with Cersei, believing he's just a pawn in the play for her and she doesn't actually love him at all. But in the show they are more in love than ever. But now we get to go in Riverrun, so we get to see Walder Frey, which is the number 5 holy shit moment. Walder Frey is back and is furious at his men cause the Blackfish has once again claimed Riverrun and kicked their ass. But we get to see Edmure Tully come back. He's most likely to be held for ransom till Jaime gets the Blackfish out of his castle and gets to trade Riverrun for his nephew. Number 6 though, they remind us of Cersei's impending trial by combat. Don't worry, I have the mountain. Don't you think it's awesome how the Sparrow always has something up his sleeve for situations like these? Like when Jaime threatens him at the stairs of the Sept, he promises no Walk of Atonement for Marjorie, but the shocking twist is that Tommen has accepted the Faith. So although Cersei looks invincible at the moment, what do you think the twist is gonna be? My prediction is that the next episode is more than apt to finally put the Clegane Bull theory in motion. If you don't know what that is, you can watch my episode 4 breakdown. I'll be putting the link for that in the bio. So it's gonna be so awesome if the show is planning on actually doing that, because it is one of the most exciting theories ever, the return of Sandor Clegane. In related news, the show has also cast this actor for the role of a priest. So it is now up to us to join all the dots, and what might happen is we might actually get to see Sandor Clegane the very next episode. Number 7. We see Daenerys mounting a much bigger Drogon than ever. Look how big Mama's boys have gotten. And she asks all the Dothraki, not one, not two, all of them to be her blood riders. That's what the title of the episode is all about. Blood of my blood. The blood riders are the Dothraki equivalent of the Kingsguard. Like these guys will follow you even if you lead them to death. Remember that she plans to travel to Meereen first and then to Westeros. So it's gonna be so intriguing to see how Grey Worm and the rest of the Unsullied react to Daenerys' new friends. But most importantly, I'm expecting her to sail for Westeros by the last episode of this season. And then we can expect a whole bunch of amazing Daenerys versus Cersei versus Jon Snow moments in the next season. Number 8, and the big one. Benjen Stark is back, and how? He says he's been serving the three-eyed raven all this while. He was helped by the children of the forest who shoved him with dragon glass after he was attacked by the White Walkers. So it's probably the best time for him to stage a comeback. The Night's Watch has been in a dire need of a White Walker specialist, if you will, because all the battles of the Watch versus the Walkers have mostly been a cakewalk and a one-sided battle for the Night's King. He just has to point a finger and a horde of ice zombies are ready to wreak a massacre. Interestingly, there is a character that goes by the name of Cold Hands in the book, who is a hybrid between a human and a White Walker, but of the good kind. He's the one traveling along with Bran's entourage while he seeks the three-eyed raven. But the show hasn't done that character yet, and they've probably shifted his track to Benjen Starks. An interesting question though, do you think we'll see a Jon Snow Benjen Stark reunion before the Battle of the Bastards begins? It's going to be a hell of an emotionally charged moment, especially since it's been 5 whole seasons since they last saw each other. Although it seems a tad tough now since Jon is busy amassing this huge army against the Boltons and will probably march for Winterfell sooner than we think. But still, do let me know your thoughts on that. And I'll be doing my first DC video next. It's going to be a Suicide Squad explainer, so just be sure to subscribe for that. So I hope you guys liked my video, and please don't forget to subscribe so that you get all my latest videos as and when I post them. And till then, thank you so much for watching, and cheers.